What is better than being in your pajamas all day, huh? So we don't need the chord chart anymore. We're done recording guitars, thank God. I'm going to hit the green button over here. Now I've got my full screen. I'm going to commit Command bracket to zoom in. And I'm going to, I just recorded take 2 because I'm running out of patience. I hit the tab key to get to my seam. I'm going to hold the shift key, go all the way to the end, like to there. Copy. I'm going to go to the comp, and I'm going to paste. I'm going to zoom into this seam right here. I'm going to click right here. I'm going to hit Command bracket to zoom in, and you'll see I have a little screw up right there. And I'm going to go to my trimmer tool, and I'm going to, see I'm in grid mode. This is why I'm not using grid mode. I'm going to go back to slip mode and say I didn't mean that, and say okay. And you can see where Quick Punch really came in handy because I'm a little early on this, where I was recording before. So I'm going to pull Quick Punch where I was recording during the pre-roll, and I'm going to crossfade right there. So Quick Punch just now just saved me. Thank you, Quick Punch. All right, so we have a whole guitar track, and I'm going to double click on the zoomer, and there it is. We've recorded the first verse, and then we recorded the this is ground control to major tom, which we're calling the chorus, and then the tin can part. So we've done 3 separate parts that we've punched into. We've done 3 playlists of each part, and we've made a composite of all those parts we've recorded into one cohesive guitar track. It's pretty impressive. So now comes the best part, which is doing the vocals, okay? So we're going to get back to our mix screen because we're going to need a fader to record vocals with, right? So edit screen, you get the gist. There's 2 screens in Pro Tools. Edit screen, which is this one where you see your waveform. Mix screen here where you see the faders. So we've got our click track. We've got our guitar comp 1. And I'm going to save, Command S, always hitting save. And I'm going to make a new track. The shortcut, Command Shift N. If you'll look right here, new. I'm going to hit the shortcut, Command Shift N. And I want a mono audio track. And we're going to be doing, let's just do one track at a time so we don't get confused. But we're going to create one track. We're going to record harmony parts. So we could create 2 tracks, but just to keep it simple, let's keep it just one track for now. So I'm going to hit create, and then I say boom. And now we have a track down here. First thing we do, yes, that's right, we're going to name it. And we're going to number it. I always use Vox. I don't know why. Vox 1. And there we go. We want to make sure our input, here's our input, it's set to mic 1. So if I undo this one, so now we've got our level over here. Now we're not recording on the guitar, we're recording on the vocal track. So we've got the vocal track ready to go, but what if we want some reverb? Okay, so we want to put reverb on this vocal. If we put reverb right here, we can't share that reverb when we have other vocals. If we put a reverb plug-in on every single vocal track, let's say there's 4 or 5 of them, it's going to take up memory really quickly. Why don't we create one reverb and send everybody to it? So this really confuses a lot of people, but I'm going to make this as simple as I can. We're going to create what's called an aux input. It's the stupidest whoever named this stuff. So we're going to say new, and we want it to be a stereo. We want it to be an aux input. All right, what is an aux input? First of all, we're going to name this. This is going to be our reverb. So you've heard the term busing. So what I think of when I see aux input, I don't see aux input because it's just a stupid name. I think of an aux input as the bus station. So in order to get to the bus station, you got to get on the bus, right? So this is our reverb bus station. So in order to have reverb on the bus station, this is where we put our reverb. So the aux input, same thing as a bus station, okay? Like a actual physical Greyhound bus station. And we're going to take the vocal track and we're going to put it on the bus and go to the reverb station. So the reason we're doing it that way is so we can have one reverb and we can put other vocals on the bus too. And we don't have to have to build 1,000 bus stations or have a bunch of reverbs. We're going to have one aux input, aka bus station, and we're going to take that aux input, and we're going to say, all right, what input do you want? And I think they have this already fixed up. So instead of interface, we're not recording any audio. We're making this a bus. They automatically, by default, now have the first one. Instead of, it is bus 1 and 2, but they have it named in the I/O setup, which we used earlier. I'll just show you real quick, is Reverb. I'm going to go here under Setup. I'm going to go to I/O. And I'm going to go, instead of this, I/O stands for input output. And these are, again, this is input output labels. These are not messing with the hardware. This is what the analogy I used was back in the day we had consoles and we put a strip of tape and we would write on it. That's what this is. So what they've done is, in Pro Tools, is to take bus 1 and 2 and they've renamed it Reverb. So this is bus 7 and 8, this is bus 5 and 6, this is bus 3 and 4, and all they've done is take that same terminology, but they just renamed it. So let's make this the Reverb bus station, just to make it a little clearer. So we just wrote the name on the piece of tape on the console. And now we look down here, and it says Reverb bus station right there. Okay, so now we need the reverb. So up here in inserts, instead of inserting like an expand plugin, we're going to insert a reverb plugin. So we're going to go here to reverb. Let's take something really easy like deverb, and it's going to come up, and it says, okay, what do you want? And let's just choose a medium hall, and right here's where the mix is. And we do want it to be 100% wet, because we're going to be able to send as much of the vocal to the bus station as we want. Stay with me. So I'm going to take this vocal track, and right here, send, and insert. You insert something on top of something. A send, you're sending it somewhere else. It's going somewhere else. So our vocal is going on the bus to the reverb bus station. So right here, we're going to send it to the bus. We're going to send it to the reverb bus station. So now we get this little fader, and this is how much reverb we're going to send. So check this out. Check, 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 check. So if I don't hear it, this is where I do believe low latency monitoring is not good, because I like to sing with a little bit of effects. So I'm going to go low latency monitoring. There we go. So we're going to have a teeny bit of a delay. You can hear that? If we go to setup, I'm going to save right now, by the way, Command S. I'm going to go to setup. I can go to playback engine and I can decrease this, but so the lower this is, the less of a delay you have, and the higher it is, the more mixing power you have. So low for tracking, high for mixing. I'll try 64. Okay, check. Check 1, 2, check. Okay, and let's just keep saving, because sometimes if you have a low buffer size and it's too low, you can start getting errors. So I don't mind a little delay, because I don't really listen to myself in the headphones. I get a lot of flack for this, because everybody wants to hear themselves singing with the reverb in the headphones. You never get as good a vocal as you do if I turn down this vocal here and I listen to myself in the room and I use just my left ear. Right ear is completely off. Left ear is for pitch and tempo, and I hear myself out in the room where I'm singing. I guarantee you, I've recorded a gazillion vocalists in my career, and really great vocalists always do this. They have an ear off. They're listening to themselves in the room. They're not listening to themselves in the headphone. It takes a little bit to get used to, but sometimes I will even just mute my vocal track, so all I can hear in my ear is the music and the click, and I hear myself in the room. So we're ready to start singing vocals. We've got a reverb aux. We've named it Reverb Bus Station. We took our vocal track and we sent it on the bus to the bus station, and now we've got some reverb. If we want more reverb, this is the send level. This is how much of the vocal. This is no vocal going to reverb. This is a lot of the vocal going to reverb. So you can mess with this. This is called your send level. How much of the vocal do you want to send to the reverb? And so that's it. When we create another vocal track, all we have to do is make sure we're on the input 1, and then we go up to the send and we send it to the same reverb. So we can use one plugin for a bunch of vocal tracks. It comes in really handy when you want to use a lot of plugins for mixing. So let's stop there, and then next we'll just start doing some vocals.